All right, let's hit the field.
All right.
Just wanted to talk, that's all.
Got one's drilled to left and deep. Aaron Judge continues. Bottom of the sixth inning, Giancarlo Stanton gone.
It was Friday, May 17th, and the Yankees were back in the Bronx after a great road trip, and Aaron Judge remained hot. Nestor Cortes was on the bump, looking to continue the Yankees' winning streak. My recap, your reactions coming up next. This is NYY Recaps.
Welcome to Yankee Stadium.
Just when they thought I was out, they pull me back, kid.
Looking to boost your sports betting game? Meet Odds Jam, the ultimate ally for data-driven wagering. With 260-plus sports books, it's your go-to platform. Here's how it works. Odds Jam's arbitrage tool spots differences in betting lines, letting you lock in risk-free profits. Plus, optimize bets with a positive EV calculator and track profits with a convenient bet tracker. Try it risk-free with a 7-day trial. Use code RECAPS for 35% off your first month. Link is in the description. Bet smart. Bet responsibly with Odds Jam. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Happy Friday night. Always a nice start to the weekend when the Yankees can pick up a Friday night win. And I'm excited already for tomorrow. I'm already thinking about tomorrow's game because Luis Gil is on the mound. And he's been so good lately. He's just phenomenal. His stuff is electric, and I'm interested to see what he's going to do at home with an amped-up crowd, riding a win streak with that energy. Would not shock me if he has one of those days where he strikes out 10 or 12 guys. That's what I'm thinking tomorrow for Luis Gil. And sometimes, I question the sanity of these opposing pitchers. Why on God's green earth would you throw a ball anywhere near home plate with Aaron Judge at bat right now? Almost every at bat for Aaron Judge is either a walk, a double, or a ridiculously far home run. He was just phenomenal again tonight. Another home run. And look, he is just on fire. Just absolutely on fire. So, Giancarlo Stanton went deep. He is second on the team with 10 home runs. He almost had 2. He picked up an RBI double on a shot that hit the top of the wall. Alex Verdugo, the doubles machine, picked up another double. Anthony Volpe extended his hitting streak to 10 games. He's hovering around 270, and I think he'll mostly maintain that now. He looks pretty comfortable. He'll have some ups and downs, but I think he's settling in as like a 270-something hitter. And with his speed and his defense and 20 home run power, that's an incredibly valuable player. Nestor Cortes was good once again, and the Yankees took care of business against a very, very bad White Sox team. This one from Stanton I really thought was leaving the ballpark. Missed it by about 3 inches, top of the wall. Nestor Cortes settled in. Laz behind the dish tonight was questionable for both sides. You saw this pickoff. That was a big moment in the game. Yankees now 31-15. Still best record in the American League. Still in first place. I saw that the Orioles are winning tonight. They're going to be a really tough team to overcome this year. But Yankees right now feeling good and riding a winning streak. 5 in a row.
Wow, winning.
North Clintwood says Nestor wasn't good. He was great. He was great. I'll give you that. I should pick my words more carefully. He was terrific. He was phenomenal. He was fabulous. Fabulous. Judge on fire. Let's go ahead and get to the finer details here.
Let's get it going.
First inning, it was the only time they pitched to him, and I don't blame them for not coming near him at all again after this swing.
It's another home run for Judge. All right. Here comes the Judge.
There was a time in baseball where a 93-mile-an-hour sinker down and in would have gotten every hitter in the league out, but you can't get Aaron Judge out with that right now. Second deck, 433 feet, 114.4 off the bat. By the way, I just thought of something. Today is David Wells' perfect game anniversary, May 17th, 1998. I'll never forget that. Yelling out the outs to my dad who was in the front yard. 20 in a row, 24 in a row, 25 in a row. Paul O'Neill made the catch to seal the deal versus the Twins. O'Neill was in the booth again tonight with John Flaherty. Interesting combination. But yeah, Nestor was fantastic. He settled in once the first run scored. He gave up a run in the second inning. That snapped a 28-inning scoreless streak for the Yankees pitchers, but it was an unearned run because it was an error. So the streak began with Carlos Rodon in the first inning of the Twins series and continued until the third inning tonight. So really nice job. Give a round of applause to the Yankees pitchers. Bottom four, Judge walked, and then Verdugo ripped a double down the right field line, his 9th double of the season. Continues to play well. The Yankees Twitter account, by the way, posted pictures of the guys coming into the stadium tonight, and one of them was Verdugo, and I gotta say, he had a damn high-quality sweater on. I mean, that thing looks really, really comfortable. Go check it out. Next batter was Giancarlo Stanton. He doubled off the tippy top of the wall. Just got under it a bit. I don't think the ball was carrying that well tonight, despite Judge's home run. Juan Soto hit one that hit the wall. And usually when Stanton hits one like that, you can tell by his reaction that it's gone. And tonight, he looked like he thought he got it all, but it hit the top of the wall. Bottom six, though, he got to double digits.
A Stantonian blast.
Giancarlo Stanton hits it out.
10th home run of the season. Another bullet line drive. Just under the Poland Spring sign. 116 miles an hour off the bat. And they made a point on the broadcast about, how he's looked so much more balanced at the plate. And I've got to concur. Let's take a look at some of his recent highlights because he's been really, really tremendous as of late. Now hitting 250 on the season with a 797 OPS. You see him hitting one off the top of the wall right here. That was literally 399 feet away, just above the sign. And then 92 mile an hour inside fastball and just crushes it to the back row of the bottom deck there. Just missed the upper deck. Even when he breaks his bat, picks up base hits. He's hitting really well with runners in scoring position. He's carrying himself with confidence right now. He hasn't had as many of those pitches recently where he looks completely lost. I think that's a product of his balance at the plate that they were talking about. That home run right there was ridiculous too. And then another bullet here off of Houston. I mean, he's just been so much fun to watch. And, 10 home runs in the first, month and a half. He really could hit 35 or 40 home runs this year. I mean, he's been classic Giancarlo. Classic Giancarlo could run better, actually, but, 250 hitter with a lot of power, and that's basically what he's doing right now, and he's getting hits in clutch spots, as he's done many times throughout his Yankees career. Loving watching him use the whole field. Been beautiful to watch what Giancarlo Stanton has done, transformed his body, and has done a great job. Let's talk a little bit about Nasty Nestor Cortez, though, because he had a phenomenal evening. 7 very, very strong innings, 5 hits, 1 run, but it was an unearned run, as I mentioned. 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. His ERA is down to 3.56. He's got a very good whip of 1.05. He's leading the American League in innings pitched. And tonight he was pitching with confidence. He was using the shimmy. He got called for a quick pitch violation, which I don't understand because I thought there had to be a runner on base for there to be a quick pitch. But nonetheless, he's been very nice this season. Bounce back year for Nestor. You still wonder, though, if he's going to stay in the rotation. I mean, how do you take the guy who's leading the league in innings pitched out of the rotation? How do you take any of these guys out of the rotation? I've seen a lot of people suggest the 6-man rotation, and there's only one way that I think they would do that, and that is if they leave Gerrit Cole on regular rest. Gerrit Cole is a creature of habit, and when he's on regular rest, he's filthy, and when he has extra rest, he's not as good. And I would contend that Luis Gil is probably going to be similar. Those guys who have just electric stuff. A lot of times when you give them too much rest, they're too strong early on and they can lose their command, especially guys who don't have great command to begin with, like Luis Gil. So, the only way that they would do a 6-man rotation, in my opinion, is if Garrett Cole remains on the 5-starter rotation and you kind of adjust everyone around him. But in my opinion, someone's got to go to the bullpen. And even though he's pitching great, Nestor Cortes is still my guy. Now, Caleb Ferguson has not been good, but tonight he picked up, a couple of big outs. We'll get to that. But in my opinion, the bullpen could use another lefty. But you also don't want to take a lefty out of the starting rotation. So it is what it is. It's a tough decision. I'm glad I'm not the one making it. In the top of the 8th inning, Ian Hamilton came in to pitch, and he was terrible. 3 hits allowed, got just 1 out. Boone had to go to Ferguson. Tough year, but he did a very, very nice job to get out of the jam. Nice job. Clay Holmes came in for the 9th and was absolutely disgusting. He did allow 1 base runner, but he shut things down with no runners scoring. His ERA remains at 0, and he is, pitching lights out. He's going to be in the All-Star game, and you have to start talking about the Cy Young, honestly, for Clay Holmes at this point. You really do. It happens with relievers sometimes. It happened with Eckersley, I believe. I know there's been others. I wish Mariano had won a Cy Young, but he never did. I felt like 1 or 2 years he really deserved it. But there have been relievers to win Cy Young. I think Erik Gagne won it 1 year. If he keeps pitching like this, he's got a 0 ERA for, almost 2 months into the season. You have to consider, giving him some thought. He's definitely going to be on the All-Star game, on the All-Star team. But Yankees win their 5th in a row.
Ball game over. Yankees win.
All right, now everybody's favorite part of the evening. We do this after wins. If you're new here, we give out the belt. It's our version of player of the game. And I came very, very, very close tonight. Unreasonably close to giving it to Caleb Ferguson because he came in with runners on second and third. The tying run on second and 1 out. And he got a strikeout and a flyout to get out of the jam. And that was a big moment of the game. That was the highest leverage moment of the game. Base hit there. And the game's tied, and who knows what happens. Maybe you waste this great performance from Nestor. Maybe you waste the home run from Judge or the home run from Stanton. So, maybe it starts off, a weekend that you feel like you should sweep with a loss late in the game that demoralizes you and ends your winning streak. You don't want that. So he deserves definitely a round of applause for his performance, but he's not getting the belt. John Daniel Munoz says Gagne won the Cy Young in 03.
Very nice.
Yeah, he was lights out. He was automatic that year. But the belt today goes to Mr. Giancarlo Stanton. Val in NY says we need lights out Hamilton back. I concur. Hamilton has not been as sharp lately. He's probably a little bit tired. He pitched a lot last year that, he hadn't pitched that much in a while. And I could see a little bit of a dead arm setting in. He just doesn't look as sharp. So congrats to Giancarlo Stanton. That is his 2nd belt win of the season. And shout out to Frankie Baseball. He posts the belt tally on my X account. Like every time that we go live, we have a stream on X, Twitter, and Frankie always replies with the belt if the Yankees win. So if you're wondering who's got the most belts or whatever, check it out. We'll do an update at some point. Maybe next time we do a state of the Yankees. So, all right, let's go ahead and take a few comments.
What do you say?
And we're going to take a look at the box score and all that good stuff, all that fun stuff. Tonight we're going to do some Statcast stuff too tonight. So 9 hits for the Yankees. Volpe, 10-game hitting streak, hitting .272. Soto, 1 for 4 with the double. Judge, 1 for 1 with the home run, 2 runs scored, 3 walks. Verdugo, 1 for 4 with an RBI. Stanton, 2 for 4 with a couple of ribbies, hitting .250. Rizzo, 2 for 4. He's been kind of slumping a little bit, so good to see him get a couple of hits. One of them was a bloop. Torres, 1 for 4, had a nice line drive in the 8th inning, but nothing came of it because Trevino pinch hit and bounced into a double play. Austin Wells, 0 for 3 tonight. I wish he had better numbers because I feel like he had a lot of hard hit balls early in the year and just didn't have a lot of luck. Lately, he's been hitting a lot of soft fly balls and stuff like that. So I want to see him get some luck here. Maybe hit a couple of dying quails that drop in. And also, it'd be nice to see the power come back for Wells. Oswaldo Cabrera, 0 for 3. DJ LeMahieu, by the way, commencing a rehab assignment. So in the pitching side of things, you know about Cortez. We talked about him. Hamilton, tough night, allowed an earned run, the only earned run that the Yankees allowed tonight. He's got a 3.18 ERA. Ferguson, excellent performance. 5.74 ERA on the season, though. And Holmes, with a scoreless inning, 2 strikeouts, 0.98 whip, so less than a base runner per inning, barely, but continues to pitch unbelievably well. Unbelievably well. Wheels says Yankees looking real solid. They're looking fantastic. Let's see here. David Lawrence says, I'm just happy, man. That's all I can say. Somebody said to me today, Mark Wiener, who's the producer of Foul Territory, the executive producer, he said, Derek, you've been in a better mood lately. How come? And I had to explain to him this, directly correlated to, how the Yankees are playing. So I would love it if the Yankees could rattle off a sweep here, and that would be a 7-game win streak, and then maybe you pick up a couple more, 8, 9 games. Those win streaks are a lot of fun. Joseph Figueroa says, when Cole comes back, I think Nestor will go to the bullpen. He hasn't looked good against good teams. And then Zuzu Boy says, maybe Hamilton isn't a surprise anymore. I mean, there is a factor there. I mean, you make a decent point that the league does adjust, and maybe they're adjusting to the Slambio. But, I think it's just he's not sharp right now. That happens. Everybody, just like hitters have hot and cold streaks, pitchers do as well. Let's see here. Jedi Sith Lord says the Yankees have about 6 All-Stars this year. All right, let's take a look at some Statcast stuff. Aaron Judge, I thought it was worth noting. He's looking like Aaron Judge again. 93rd percentile in batting run value, and means 99th or 100th percentile in everything. And somebody's going to have to explain this to me, too. Somebody made a comment that they don't understand the 100th percentile because you can only be in the 99th percentile. And that confused me. To me, if you're in 100th percentile, that means you're the best. You're the top, right? That, to me, that's what that is. But I could be wrong on that, so maybe one of you mathematicians can explain that. Walk percentage, 99th percentile. The only things that are bad are the whiff percentage and the strikeout percentage. Those are always going to be bad because he's got such a big strike zone. He's got to defend a huge strike zone. And he didn't have a great night defensively, but overall, been very, very solid. 74th percentile, arm above average. Sprint speed, not great, but, I mean, he's 300 pounds and he's got a chronic toe condition. I mean, what do you expect? Let's take a look at Nestor Cortez. Had a good night today. His expected ERA and expected batting average are very good. Walk percentage is elite. Just a really solid year for him. And he picked up his 2nd win of the season tonight. Now, he doesn't throw very hard, and he's proof that you don't have to be a max effort, top velo guy to be successful in this league. It's about pitching. It's about, inducing soft contact. And the opposite of soft contact is this guy, Giancarlo Stanton, average exit velocity, 91st percentile. You got to believe that'll be in the 100th percentile before it's all over. You see the bat speed percentile, 100th percentile. That means he's the best. We know that. Barrel percentage, 94th percentile. Hard hit percentage, 91st percentile. Look, he's a pure DH now. He hasn't even played the field yet. I don't think he will play the field. I think that's something the Yankees have just decided. Hey, he's a DH at this point in his career at 34 years old. So I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about any kind of range or arm or anything. I just want to see him continue to do exactly what he's doing. Get in there, stay healthy, and mash the baseball. And Chris Hefferman says, offense is looking great when both Stanton and Judge mash. And it's been like that for years. When those guys both hit home runs, the Yankees have an unbelievable record. So, take a few more comments here. Word Lifer says, Aaron Judge is officially Aaron Judge.
You're a smart motherfucker, that's right.
Aaron L. says, 100th percentile means you're number one.
My quantitative, my math specialist.
Matt Lawless says, what about a 6-man rotation? We already talked about that, so maybe check out the earlier part of the podcast. Dwight Seymour says, the Martian may not have a spot. The Yankees have pretty much said that they expect to option him to the minor leagues when his rehab is up. So, it's looking that way. I would love to see him, but right now the team is clicking, and we just don't have a spot. That's baseball, Susan. All right, let's wrap it up.
I gotta get out of here.
Steve says, as the Yankees' main 5 starters started every game for the Yankees this season, that seems rare. Well, they did have a doubleheader. They had a start, I believe, from Cody Poteet, who did well. But yeah, I mean, we're pretty deep into the season for them to keep taking the ball. Whatever the adjustment they've made to the strength and conditioning program, you're seeing guys play every day. Whatever they've done seems to have worked. So, kudos to the strength and conditioning staff. We talk a lot about the hitting coach when things are not good, but I think we got to give James Rowson some props. This team is hitting the baseball. Everybody's hitting, except for Austin Wells to a certain degree. But loving what we're seeing from Giancarlo. Judge stays hot. And ladies and gentlemen, I will see you when I see you.